The ultimate journey to unlock the secret to everything involves exploring pure potential. It's not found in sifting through manifestations. Potentiality is what produces realized possibilities. Sifting through these manifestations, all one will find is layers of appearances. A state of delusion is when one loses clarity of the nature of a projected reflection, resulting in an attachment to an appearance. Oh no, the manifestations are going to take on even more scary appearances in an attempt to reestablish delusion? Wow. The brain is an externalization that the mind uses to delude itself into believing it is a byproduct and not the source. Unconditional love and serenity cannot be swayed by how the content arranges itself. If you want to change something in this world, you must look within yourself and make the adjustment. You assume your persona is you and that everything else is other. Both assumptions are false. What is aware of awareness? That's a good question to spend your time investigating. Within an illusion, there is no truth. There are consensual, agreed-upon lies that are called truths. Only that which is always so could be called real. If something is transient and non-permanent, it doesn't have any substantial existence. Enlightenment brings you in touch with the always so. The now is always so. But what in the now is always so? The world doesn't exist anywhere because it doesn't have a location. If you don't have a location, you don't exist. Unfortunately, parsing material science isn't the path to understanding reality. We all enjoy a narrative that fits our predilection. Mostly, we take aspects of science, nature, history, theology, mythology, and philosophy and weave our own narrative, then call that truth. We always overlook awareness, or relegate it as a material byproduct, then go further with oversight and overlooked our damaged psychologies. Intimacy with reality isn't unreachable, but the world and the physical body are quite effective distractions. You can save yourself a whole lot of trouble if you stop worrying about what ought be and deal with what is. Everything is mind, but it's not so much a matter of becoming what we think, but rather, we always are our current state of mind. The absolute oneness is not any of the manifestations that it projects. You cannot use these illusions to define the absolute oneness. Boiled down, we could say all manifestations are energy, but yet, however, we cannot even say that pure potential is energy. You will be continually tested and provoked for so long as your peace of mind can be disturbed by how the content arranges itself. More specifically defined, an attachment is some sort of habit or behavior that is attempting to facilitate pain avoidance. What is the value, meaning, purpose, or narrative of life? It's an X thing, existential, subjective, relative, non-inherent, non-intrinsic. Whatever life may or may not be can only be as an existential experience for a subject. The mind is a generator, not a recipient. After dogma and empiricism comes non-sensory wisdom. Nothing chases pain and suffering away faster than an eager, overwhelming, gracious host. The bare bones of the matter is, I have the most superior skeleton in the human race. When feelings and emotions come and go, remain present and observe the process. Try resisting the automatic urge to express or repress. Nothingness isn't anything you can label, so even the reference of nothingness is insufficient and inaccurate. No, it's no coincidence that they are called vices. In a stormy sea, those who kick, scream, and struggle sink and drown. Those who are relaxed, calm, and light float on the surface. The only thing that isn't a dream is awareness itself. Serenity sets in when there is no longer any grabbing or pushing away. I'm unaware. Wait, now I'm aware. Wow, I'm God. I'm everything. I'm also nothing. I'm always now, and now I'm sleepy. I become unaware. Values are relative and subjective because they are contextual. Even an absolute value, if indeed such, is so as per a contextualization. The subconscious mind is very potent and powerful. It's a great relief that you don't know how to utilize it purposefully. All the things in life you feel should be changed because they are unfair, evil, and fucked up directly correlate to aspects of yourself. The only reason all the mystery, uncertainty, and suspense seems stripped away from reality is due via complacency and mundane routine. Nothingness isn't a void. Nothingness is pure potential. Fretting is pointless. Even when one is surfing the waves, there is still a great deal of factors that will always be out of one's control. Self-awareness produces distinctions which serve as the framework of duality. In this day and age, it's finally okay to just come out and say it. Yes, duality is the puzzle you must solve. Being underground is determined by how many waves you can produce whilst avoiding detection of the mainstream. There is no past or future. There is only a now, which impermanent manifestations fade in and out of. The world has gone apeshit because you have come close to finding the man behind the curtain. Developing the body or brain or both or balancing them doesn't give anyone an advantage in overcoming their mind enslavement. The idea that body and brain are different components that need to be brought into harmony and work in tandem to gain spiritual growth is BS. The body and the brain are one and the same, matter. Transcending the body and the brain is what gives one an advantage. Mind over matter. Leave a legacy? Just know that, eventually, a guaranteed moment will arrive where there will not be any trace left of this current context. Impermanence is a saving grace and the greatest equalizer. You've got to be really handicapped spiritually to relegate awareness as a byproduct and outside objects as what's most real and scientific. Forgive me, but I can't help it. My particular OCD is characterized by an irresistible urge to slap the shit out of people with OCD. New word, ignore. Ignore. To annoy someone by ignoring them. How to discern if the God you are devoted to is in fact a demonic entity? Demons always demand worship, rituals, and obedience. When in doubt, demonize a scapegoat. The way to speed up evil's demise is to let it thrive unimpeded. Entropy cannot be circumvented. Masses of apathetic sheep who are pacified by creature comforts will be of better service to the resistance once they are fully oppressed. As much as we'd hate to admit it, and as foolish as it may seem, humans are not compelled to act until severe tragedy visits their doorstep. Freeing the mind is not part of a search, but rather a slow, gradual deconstruction process of emptying, uncovering, and disentanglement. Objects do not continue to exist when they cannot be observed, seen, heard, touched, smelled, or sensed in any way. The mind imagines a brain, and then attributes the brain as the identity and source of the mind. The reason sounds do not exist when no one can hear them is because a sound is only a sound due to an ear converting an energetic vibration. An object doesn't exist when it's not being perceived because an object is only a visualization of an eye converting energy configurations. World and objects only exist as an existential contextualization, so there is no way for them to exist independently of this context. The existential circumstance of awareness being split into numerous subjects isn't an indication of the independence of perceivables. There are many brains, but only one mind. A multiplicity of subjects doesn't somehow mean that anything is existing independently of mind. A problem with the Schrödinger experiment is that it fails to take into account that the cat is an observer.